Hello, fellow humans. This has got to be the least Marsiest Mars day in like forever. But I have been tired since Sunday. Like, and then I just had a reading go past me, right? And my soul's like clicking. Because now everything sort of is starting to work like the cards. But I don't have to have the cards in my hand. I can still see what I'm supposed to click. And it's been really freaking weird. I have this stupid game on my phone, but it came up with a little game within a game, right? And it had different cards, and you had to choose 6 times between the two cards which one was the green one and which one was the red one. And if you got the green card every time for all 6 times, you got 50 grand. And this is just like fake money, right? And I'm like, all right, let me try it. I could see which one was the green or the red one because like my gifts work the same with other stuff. My character got that 50 grand. Now I'm over here plotting on how do I take this skill into the real world and change my life. Right. So I had a message. I don't have the strength to pull any more cards. I did some readings today. I have some more I have to do. So I have to like chill for a little bit in between. I'm thinking this probably came from drinking alcohol on my birthday. I have not drank in like forever. I will probably not drink for a very long time. Again, because like I can feel how tired I am. But the reading that went past me that I was talking about, it told me I needed to rest up because something big was coming. Like she said like a bear in hibernation, but I need to rest for whatever energetic change is happening. So I'm gonna actually listen to myself and not beat myself up like, oh my gosh, this is what drinking does to you at 40. No, it just happened to coincide with my birthday and a whole bunch of solar stuff that's happening for all of us, right? Which leads to the message I'm thinking I'm supposed to deliver today. Like I didn't even need my cards. Like I had to talk myself through it. Like go ahead and hit record, Aisha. And I'm like, no, I don't feel like pulling cards. I'm like, just go ahead. There's a reason. So somebody here needs to know. Sometimes in life, there is nothing that you did in your past life that caused some of the stuff that happened to you in this life to occur. It doesn't necessarily mean you're a villain because bad things happen to you. Bad things happen to good people. We are in a space of, for every positive, there is a negative. And this is like an energetic thing with ions. For every good thing that occurs, something negative has to happen as a balance. Just like, what is that, chess? Tennis? That's the only way for the scale to actually work, right? So I pose to you this question. What if everything that happened to you before now was to suppress you so that you could pop out later at a time where your skills would have been way needed, as opposed to the time where you thought they were going to be necessary? The example I have of this, American Horror Story, Apocalypse, one of my favorite seasons, right? But there is a character on there. So the main overarching theme, the Antichrist has managed to make the world get into a war, a nuclear war, and everybody is living in bunkers now. And the Antichrist, Michael, is going from bunker to vet the people to see which ones are good enough to come to his new civilization, right? The thing that he makes sure to do before the apocalypse was to kill as many witches as possible because he had some sort of prophetic vision that the only ones that could stop him at the end of the world were the witches, right? Fast forward, the witches get their ass beat a million times, right? Uh, they discover that they can go back in time. They can do like a loop thing, but they need to put a glamour on everybody. So there's this one girl named Mallory who is the most powerful of them all. Like she don't even know what she's working with, right? But they can recognize her potential. They put her under a spell that makes her diminish herself. And then they pair her with a girl who always like sort of beats down on her. Now, that's not that girl's original character. She's actually upset she has to be abusive towards this girl who's like sort of her best friend. But they said we need to make sure that nobody recognizes her power before she comes into place for what is necessary for her. So, in order for that to happen, she has to stay in a low vibration for the whole time you're together. This means in this world, what it would translate to is you've been bullied your whole life. Everything just seems like it's bad luck. As soon as stuff is going good, it's not going good again. It's a constant fight and you look at other people's lives like, well, how come this person gets to have like two parents in their household and everybody's nice and they just go to college and their biggest problem is, oh, where we're going to go for vacation? How come those people get those lives and your life is like, what if you were suppressed? I watched an interview with Terrence Howard recently, and he's like, oh, I was about to say weird, but that's just like the term that people use for people who are thinking outside of this realm. I am one of those people, so they use the term weird. But isn't weird actually mean something cool? I think it does. I'm gonna look it up after this. I don't have my phone next to me. So he was explaining how he was super smart when he was younger and he graduated school early or whatever. And the only reason he became an actor is because he wanted like attention from one of his parents or something. He had another sibling and that sibling got more attention. And he thought if he did something big like acting, like that would do the thing that he needed to do. That was not the path where he was meant to shine the brightest. Now he's about to do like this TED Talk thing explaining how the elemental periodic table is a little bit off because now he's all super science and he can see DNA patterns and everything. What if he was suppressed and maybe put in the position of an actor so that when he finally started talking about the scientific things that were like sort of put in the back of his subconscious, right? By his higher self to one day be activated. What if it was so people would listen to him because they followed him for other reasons? If he had just been this little nerd black scientist man, maybe nobody would have listened. So those 30 years that he sort of gave up of his life doing something that he really wasn't that passionate about only gave him the platform he needed for him to really shine and what his purpose was. That was the message that I felt like I had to come on here and deliver today. Some of us are carrying around that original sin energy, like there's a guilt or an innate, just like, oh, like what happened? What went wrong? No, you're on Earth, baby. Earth is the lowest density in the galaxy. So if heaven is at the 13th, if the entry to heaven is at the 13th, we are at the first level. This is the bottom. This is actually the first level outside of the underworld, guys. So everybody is here to be tested. You are at your heaviest here. This means your shadow and your light self are trying to balance themselves out within you. What's going on around you is all working towards that. So no matter how long it takes, or if you had a bunch of retrogrades meant to hold you back, right? One day you will blossom. One day you will stop being so pressed. The people who aren't meant to be around you will fall away because you'll no longer feel comfortable with them. You won't be on the same tier. You can be on earth, or you can be physically on level 1, but what if your soul's on level 7? The people that you magnetize towards you at a spiritual level will not be the same. Your body is here, but your soul can evolve the whole time and give you a different perception and level of life. You can go from being that character Mallory who got turned into an assistant, right? She was literally just picking up dog poop and stuff in her suppressed self, to the only woman who was able to stop the Antichrist at the end of the world, okay? There are levels to this in different ways that you can look at it. Just process this as best it comes to you. You'll know if it's your message. Have a good day.